The following podcast may be explicit. One Joe Young presents Adventures from the Shed, a tabletop RPG podcast. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com. Our regular cast is back with special guest Chris, who plays the Cleric Jeyr from Aleyna's past. Strange things are happening as spirits of the dead wander the lands. The resting party is confronted by ghosts during camp. Enjoy the podcast.
Hi, and welcome back to Adventures from the Shed. We have an episode today coming from the garage, and you can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com on iTunes, Facebook, Stitcher Radio, Twitter. Go ahead, Mickie. Say something.
Bing!
Google Plus. Brittany said Bing. We're all over the place. You can find us out there.
We're in your mother's living room.
We are in your mother's living room right now.
We're in your mom.
We're looking out the window.
Your mom.
And we are going to go around the table and say hi, starting with...
Hi, everyone. This is Mickie. I play Nessalis, who was, well, what is she now? She's an elf?
No, she's still a tiefling.
She's still a tiefling. But when
I don't know what she is.
When we
She's still the
switched
same
over
character.
to Dungeon World,
Yeah.
you took the stats of an elf.
I don't know what she is. She's just fun to play.
She's still the same character.
She's still fun.
JJ here playing Calamity, the Profiteer Paladin.
Nice.
Chris here playing Jeyr the Cleric.
Jeyr, the mysterious cleric. And this is Kurt. I am playing Truk, the human monk, who in Dungeon World terms is actually a fighter, slightly modified fighter.
Hey everyone, this is Brittany. I'm playing Aleyna, the human paladin fighter bard.
Paladin Fighter Bard. She's, PFB? I like
Yes,
that.
you probably.
And I'm Joe. I'm the Game Master for this Dungeon World campaign set in the world of Alamand. And for those listening in, we do have our special guest, Chris, who introduced himself. He is playing the Cleric in this adventure. We're going to get a quick recap of our last episode, brought to you by...
Aleyna! Or Brittany, either way.
Who's a Pal Barfy?
Who's a pal
Pal
Barfy.
Barfy.
Yeah! Hold on, let me write that down. Someone write that down for me.
Someone write down Pal Barfy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. So in the last episode, we did a quick recap of what everyone had done in the
So you
month
recapped a
and a half.
recap. I like it.
I am recapping a recap.
Smooth moving.
So meta.
And basically, we had described what all of our characters had done in the month and a half between when we defeated the pirates or...
Mostly defeated. You defeated them and then
yeah.
co-opted them.
Yeah.
They were most
Coerced.
Conscripted.
Yeah, that's probably a better way to
Coerced
put it. Yeah.
pirates.
They're getting paid, so.
Between when that happened and when this is taking place. After that, basically, Aleyna's whole thing was that she was doing dishes and stuff in the tavern, which she was still staying in, and a mysterious stranger from her past showed up. And that was Jeyr, the cleric. And basically, we're learning a little bit about Aleyna's past, or we're not, because I don't talk. Congratulations, guys! This is the most difficult adventure for no other reason than the fact that I am uncooperative.
Getting knowledge is like pulling teeth.
Yeah, every roll is roll versus Brit.
Yeah, that's true.
Go ahead.
And basically, what we've learned is that Aleyna's entire town has thought that she was dead for the last 10 years, except for, well, this guy.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
just clarification. I think it's dead for 5 years, right? She's gone for 10 years.
Right, she's been gone for 10 years, dead for 5. Because she spent 5 years... You don't know this yet. You will.
Right.
She spent 5 years training with the Order, which is the reason that we're going on this adventure now. The Order has been decimated, and their holy weapon is trying to be stolen by evil, slimy things.
Evil, slimy things.
You said
Of
demons
doom.
and snakes, right?
Demons and
Neither of those
serpents.
things are actually slimy.
Hey,
I
don't forget
consider
the most
snakes
important
as
thing that
slimy.
happened last episode.
And Truk now has a minstrel. elf.
Minstrel minion,
A minion.
who happens
Yes.
to be a cute
We
little
have a
elf.
couple minions.
What's her name?
What's her name?
Winifred?
Wileen.
Wileen.
Wilena.
It's not Winifred.
Wilena.
Don't listen to me.
Wiley the call girl.
Wiley.
Yeah.
Wiley.
Okay.
That was beautiful.
So we're going to pick up this session with the party getting back on the road. You're headed out. That was our first night of camping. I wanted to get a little character expose there. We are going to now travel on to Undertaking a Perilous Journey. I want somebody to grab one of the move sheets. Actually, everyone should have one. Pass those out if you don't mind. On the back side of the basic move sheet are the special moves. There's Undertake a Perilous Journey. All of these jobs must be undertaken by characters, not the minions. So somebody read that out to me. Actually, Chris, go ahead. Read out what Undertake a Perilous Journey says.
When you travel through hostile territory, choose one member of the party to act as a trailblazer, one to scout ahead, and one to be quartermaster. Same character cannot have two jobs. If you don't have enough party members or choose not to assign a job, treat the job as if it had rolled a 6. Each character with a job to do rolls plus wisdom. On 10 plus, the quartermaster reduces the number of rations required by 1. On 10 plus, the trailblazer reduces the amount of time it takes to reach your destination. On a 10 plus, the scout will spot any trouble quick enough to let you get the drop on it. On a 7 to 9, each roll perform their job as expected. The normal number of rations are consumed. The journey takes as long as expected. No one gets the drop on you, but you don't get the drop on them either.
All right, so we need, out of our party, who is going to take on the job of the trailblazer, the person who makes sure you stay on track?
True.
I can do that. True can do that.
I totally imagine the Calamity would be the quartermaster.
Yeah.
Quartermaster?
so
It
do
makes
I.
sense, because that is the one part where it's quantifiable, right?
I'll take the scout.
You'll
if
take the
nobody wants
scout.
All right.
Sounds good. Nestle's just sitting pretty.
All right. So what I want to, the order I like to do these in is I like to have the scout roll first. So let's do that.
it. This doesn't suck. 10.
10. Okay. That's good. And next I want to have the trailblazer roll. That would be Truk.
Ooh. That's a 4 on the die.
4 on the die plus 1.
That would be a 5. Make sure you mark an experience for that.
Yay!
You get experience.
God, there's really nothing I like more in the world than experience.
And
Really?
you're so good at getting it.
It really, it's what makes the man.
And quartermaster, you might want to see if you starve to death while he's taking you off trail.
Right? We do!
We saw.
Nice.
This is, in fact, a perilous journey.
So,
It is.
do
We're
we
gonna have
start
to-
with the horses or
No,
with
the
the elf?
minstrel goes
Can we?
first.
I was going to say,
Gotta
can we
eat the
roll
minstrel.
to see how many strings my minstrel broke during the break?
It's automatic.
How many strings are on the lute?
12.
12 string
Yeah,
lute?
it's a rare.
Well,
elven.
guess what, Kurt? You get to roll that mysterious D12 then.
So,
Oh my gosh.
Well, so while we were on our break, Aleyna has been playing every night, and she really has a beautiful voice. And she almost puts you in a trance when she sits by the fire. She's so beautiful to look at, and her voice is so soothing. But each night, she gets 2/3 of the way through, and a string breaks.
Twang.
And the problem is that she has realized that she does not have any more strings and does not have the skill to make them.
Uh-oh.
And so actually she's now getting worried about her role, what her role in this journey is going to be. And for what it's worth, she's actually been sneaking out with Truk's bow and working on her archery skills so that she might be able to contribute if needed.
Very well.
She's
She
a little,
will contribute.
She's a little worried
Truk,
about her
She's got to
status
make
as
it into
a
a pot.
Roll that D12
Roll the
there,
D12.
buddy.
Should have brought a
Roll
double
what you
net.
get.
6.
All right, so by the time we get back to our story, by the time we get back to a camp or a setting that we're talking about, she will have half of the strings left on the lute.
So the reason we use so many rations is to feed the horses from having to haul this damn trunk.
Yep. And what you're seeing right now is you're definitely going to need to gather rations from somewhere. Game in the area is scarce. You're not able to gather enough of small game or even berries or vegetables
We
to
have
actually feed
horses
everybody for
and
much longer.
minions.
You have enough food probably for a day or two, but you're definitely going to need to resupply soon. And unfortunately, although you seem to have been following a road the whole time, it seems like you may have gone off trail. Aleyna, you don't recognize the area that you're in right
I
now.
don't
And you
recognize.
should recognize it if your trailblazer had kept you on track.
I was distracted.
Perhaps you took a
perhaps
little
by a
nap
little
in the
elf.
wagon or something during the
Aleyna
ride
has a
during
great
the
ass.
day.
I was going to say, maybe I, because I know where I'm going, should be trailblazer.
And when you
Next time.
maybe you were involved in a conversation or took a nap or something, and when you look out, you realize you went left at a fork where you should have gone right. And night is approaching, and off in the distance you hear, Jeyr, you hear as the cleric, you know it is the whispering sounds of ghosts.
Can I tell how far?
As the cleric, as a divining rod, essentially, for the undead, you know that they're probably within a couple hours of you.
Okay. Coming our
And
way?
they're
or just-
coming closer.
Okay.
I.e., they do not get the drop on you. Night is falling. You are headed east, so the sun is setting behind you. And it is probably about time to set up a camp or decide to continue through the night.
Do I pick up anything with my telepathy, with my Nessie sense?
Nessie sense. That allows you to communicate with people you know up to 30 feet or so, or something like that.
Something
doesn't it?
like that.
Well, actually, tell me, what does it say?
It doesn't say anything anymore.
I
It
thought we
used
had
to
that.
say I can communicate with
But wasn't it a spell?
creatures. No,
No, it was a class ability.
it was a
No,
class
I mean,
ability.
in Dungeon World, I thought there was a spell for it, is what I'm saying.
It's a cantrip, but it's
Yeah.
just written. I don't have my
Can
book.
ghosts hurt you in Dungeon World, in Alamand? Are they material enough?
That sounds like spouting lore, Mr. Monk.
It does sound like spouting lore, doesn't it?
Let's do it.
Which is intelligence, which is going to be a problem because I don't think that I'm particularly smart. In fact, I have a -1 on top of my 6 roll, so I'm going to mark an XP.
All right, so you mark an
Yay!
experience. Truk, as far as you remember from your studies in the monastery, ghosts specifically, the only thing you know about them is there is one ghost in the afterlife for each person who has died in the physical world. That's all you know.
And just to be clear, since I have a -1 to intelligence, there wasn't a lot of studying in the monastery.
Right. You remember overhearing it while you were looking through, like you had the magazine Play Monk in front of the literature, right? You did that kind of thing, and as somebody else was reading something out loud, or maybe a chant about something.
Something's burning.
Is it you?
I think it might be JJ's shoe.
Oh, I thought you were still like in game.
In game,
I was
yeah.
like,
Sorry.
The heater under the
Sorry,
table.
the space heater is burning something.
Yeah.
Dose.
All right. What else? What are you guys deciding to do as the sun is set behind you?
Because neither of us recognize the area at all, right?
At this point in time, no. It seems that you may have been where the road. Perhaps somebody had switched the sign where you need to go this way was turned to the left when it should have stayed to the right.
I think we should try to get back to the road rather than camp.
so you want to double
Well, you're
back?
on a road, just on the wrong one.
You want to double back?
I figure you didn't bring a 4x4 wagon, so you're probably still on a road, just not the right one.
I'm going to check my druid multiclassing and see if I can talk to any animals. I don't think I can yet.
No, but we did the thing about you can.
I got Communion of Whispers.
Please go ahead, read that out, and tell me what you say. How you think you want to use it.
Okay, so Communion of Whispers. So I am multiclass with Druid because of the time that I spent with Druganach, the Wild Walker, in the Grove. And I have Communion of Whispers, which is an advanced move in the Druid class. When I spend time in a place, which we clearly have been spending time in the place, making note of its resident spirits and calling on the spirits of the land, I can roll plus wisdom. I will be granted a vision of significance to me, my allies, and the spirits around me. On a 10 plus, the vision will be clear and helpful to me. On a 7 to 9, the vision is unclear, its meaning murky. On a miss, the vision is upsetting, frightening, or traumatizing. The GM will describe it. Take -1 forward.
Now, I want you to describe where this comes to you as part of your link with the branch of Frederica. So describe to me how you use that to get this vision.
Right. Well, I'm not advanced enough. I'm not a druid who can talk to the animals or the trees to, get to be that attuned to the earth. But because I have Frederica as basically my staff or part of my staff, she is in tune with where I am, depending on distance and how attuned she is to me at a particular moment. So it's not like she can always tell me what I want to know, but sometimes she can.
Okay.
Indirectly. The take -1 forward, is that only on a failure? It's not clear the way that it's written.
-1 forward means the next roll you make will have a -1.
But it just says at the end,
Yeah.
take -1
The
forward.
next
I'm assuming that's
roll
if
you make.
fail.
Essentially, it is you did so bad that the next thing you do still has consequences from that.
Right. Okay.
regardless of what it is. You're
on,
still
baby.
shaken from. What you got?
That's going to be okay. 7 plus my wisdom. Actually, my wisdom's not great. It's going to be 8.
All right, well, 8 is good.
Yeah, so
7 to 9 is good.
So 8 would be unclear. It's meaning murky.
Okay. So the vision that comes from Frederica, you get, well, let's assume you've done this before. Druganach was teaching you how to do this. How do the visions take shape? Is this like flashback, kind of wavy? Is it just a sight in your mind? Is it fog covering the world and revealing something? What does it look like?
When it works well, it's just clear. It's just like a clear.
So you see like a holograph, essentially?
It's actually it's almost as if reality changes, and for
Okay.
a time I see a different reality. It's what it is.
Okay.
When it doesn't work well, it's basically everything is kind of foggy around. There may be a scene, but it's misty. It's opaque to some degree.
Okay.
And sometimes it just doesn't work.
So in your vision, what you see is what looks like translucent people walking through a town.
Through a town. Is there any identifying landmarks?
Just normal buildings.
Okay.
A small place, all wooden structures.
Okay.
But you see what looks like translucent people walking through a town in the nighttime.
I guess I would ask Aleyna at this point if she, knowing that we're sidetracked, but if she has any sense for how far we would be from the nearest village, town, city.
Considering it's a road you haven't been on before, if you'd like to try that, I'd like to spout lore.
Okay.
If you want to try it just straight up like that.
Okay. My idea would be, how long ago did I know where we were?
Before the road split, a few hours maybe.
Oh my god.
So we're not that
Maybe you
lost.
can get on top of the caravan and
I mean,
see if there's
does
any
anybody,
landmarks.
as an actual real-world reference, does anyone know how quickly a normally traveling horse pulls along a wagon? Because that's how...
Probably 6 or 7 miles an hour.
All right. So let's say 5, just to make it easy. Let's
5
say you're
miles.
probably 10 miles away from where you think you should have turned right. You turned left 10 miles ago.
Okay.
So 10 miles ago, were we getting close to a town? Do we know?
Yep, the next town was... You remember the name?
Carthal.
Yep. The next town was Carthal. And it was probably... You would have reached it tomorrow. You probably would have still had to camp overnight,
Right.
but it's probably about 50 miles away.
So Aleyna, how big
In the other direction.
a place is Carfall?
It's just a small town. Oh, I was like, it's probably the town that you just saw, but I don't know what you just saw. It's a small town, maybe a little bit bigger than the village we saved your brother in.
That's a good reference. Tijon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Did you
we
pull
need
it
to
out
get,
your butt? You remember that? Really?
No, Kurt pulled it out of his butt. I just sniffed it. What?
I think,
Are you muted?
Yes, she is.
folks at home just missed Mickie being nastier than usual.
I hope my microphone picked that up.
Maybe
It
a little,
didn't.
but probably not much.
I think we need to get there as quickly as we can. I'm not sure what's happening, but there's something that's not right there. There's spirits or something undead that could be in the town.
Are you recommending to keep going then?
I think we need to keep moving.
Turn back.
I
and
think going to the
then-
town's a waste of our time. That's not the mission.
But we're obviously lost, Jeyr.
Yeah, but I don't want to go towards a town that could be possibly infested by undead. It's going to slow us down.
But at the same time, we're running low on supplies, and you don't look very appetizing.
That's a good point. You're probably stringy.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. Old people.
How far is this town out of our way? If
It
we
would
were
be
back
right
on the
along
right
the
road,
road.
or is it on where
it's
we're
on the
going?
right road. You went down the wrong road, remember?
I mean, it's getting dark. I don't think we should bushwhack or stay on the wrong road. I think we need to. I mean, unless we're talking about with Aleyna, I think we need to get back on the right road and go to town for the night. It would be nice to have a real bed, not to be by a campfire.
It's still backtracking and getting to the town is a day and a half.
Oh,
You would have reached the town
Hazel's
tomorrow
pretty
if you had been on the right track.
Nice going.
All right, let's let that
Do we
town
have
just
the
fall into
provisions
ruins.
to last us that day and a half? We don't really
You
have
still
an
need to get
option.
back on the right road. Is my point.
Yeah.
You're still on the
So,
wrong
we'll
road.
make
You're headed
camp-
due north, and you need to be headed northeast.
make camp for now, and then set off in the morning.
I agree.
Executive decision has been made.
Executive
Right,
decision.
but we know from
achieved.
Jeyr, right, that there are spirits several hours away, so we have to be prepared for
The sounds I heard sound like ghosts to me.
We have to be prepared for the possibility that they'll come while we're
Nessie,
camped.
you tend to stay up late anyways. You take first watch.
Take first watch.
Here we go.
I'll do it because I want to do it, not because you told me to.
We are going to use from the special moves. We're going to take watch because it was just said. So Nessie, you're first.
I'm first.
You're going to be taking watch.
I'll also do a sanctuary spell around the ark.
Oh, well, let's do that first then.
Well,
so
I will try to do a
tell me
sanctuary
what
spell.
sanctuary spell says before you roll it.
As you cast this spell, you walk the perimeter of an area, consecrating it to your deity. As long as you stay within that area, you are alerted whenever someone acts with malice within the sanctuary, including entering with harmful intent. Anyone who receives healing within the sanctuary receives extra 1d4 hit points.
Nice. All right, so this is a first level cleric spell. As a cleric, go ahead and cast that thing.
Hopefully this doesn't suck.
It shouldn't suck. It might.
10.
10. Hey, that's success. Okay, so you walk up perimeter, and it says consecrating it to your deity, as your deity was something that started with a Z, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah, knowledge.
So what is that like? Are you like dropping pages out of books around the area? I mean, what's that look like?
Drop a knowledge bomb.
Describing runes, I bet.
Yeah. Well, I do have a staff besides my warhammer.
Yeah.
So I will have like certain runes around in the dirt.
Okay.
And I'll have a line too.
Do you have it like? Is there a chant or something that you do when you cast a sanctuary spell?
No, this is just the runes work for that.
Okay. So Jeyr takes a few minutes to do that before people settle in, and Nesselis, you will be taking the first watch.
You want me to read it?
Go for it. I don't think we've done that one yet.
When you're on watch and something approaches the camp,
Guess
roll
what's gonna
plus
happen.
wisdom.
Yeah.
On a 10 or greater, you're able to wake the camp and prepare a response. The camp takes +1 forward. On a 7 through 9, react just a moment too late. The camp is awake but hasn't had time to prepare. You have weapons and armors but little else. Excuse me. On a miss, whatever lurks outside the campfire's light has the drop on you.
Dun dun
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun.
Dun dun dun.
Come on, baby.
Go for it. Roll plus wisdom.
Oh, dear God. There's a 5.
Uh-oh.
I think I'm going to
I
mark
don't
some
think you have
experience.
2
That's
wisdom.
a 6.
Okay, so mark an experience.
Hopefully my spell will buffer that out a
Did you
little
get
bit.
distracted thinking about Wayne?
I did. I was daydreaming or night dreaming about Wayne.
Because of that, Nesselis does not notice it, but Jeyr is awoken by the alarm of the sanctuary spell. Because it says, you are alerted whenever someone acts with malice within the sanctuary.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Where would Aleyna sleep?
No. We have a wagon, right?
Yep.
She's in the wagon bed.
Plus 3 minions that are along for the ride, right?
Yeah.
3 seamen.
Do we have-
Former seamen.
How
They're
many tents
landmen
do we
now.
have? We have a big tent or like multiple smaller tents? Like
Whatever you guys would want to set up. But it would be smaller things that you would set up around a fire type of deal, right?
Okay.
Maybe a lantern in the tent, that type of deal.
Truk would probably be sleeping alone. Calamity snores like hell.
Yeah.
We weren't questioning if you were sleeping with Calamity. We were
That's a good
questioning if
point.
you were sleeping with Aleyna.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure.
Calamity actually strings a hammock up between the axles underneath the wagon.
That sounded interesting. I like that. Sleeping undercover of the wagon.
Ha ha.
I'm afraid that
So,
Wylena's going to come to a bad end, and it's going to hurt me inside.
Jeyr, you awaken to the alert of the sanctuary as well as the screaming of Aleyna.
That's a shame.
And when you open your eyes, you realize around you is ghosts of those who have passed on.
How close did they get?
They are there. They
Oh,
are
right on
they
top
are
of us.
right within the camp. They have now acted with malice upon Aleyna.
Jeez.
Why are they mad at us?
So much for tripping the alarm early.
Yeah, well, it tripped it as soon as malice happened,
Yeah.
like it says.
Well, as soon as they enter the line, cross the
Well,
line.
with malice.
Okay.
They act with malice within the sanctuary.
Everyone up.
They weren't entering with harmful intent till they found
They
a
were just
young
kinda
elf
like,
girl.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're wandering.
Yeah,
These are
gotcha.
wandering spirits. like the vision that Truk saw. Technically, they're just walking along,
Gotcha.
They call me the Wanderer.
and they roam around and round and round
And
and
they
round and
roam
round and round
around
and round.
and round and round.
You got it. So Jeyr is the only one awake at this time
Yeah,
because,
yell.
as part of the failure,
Yeah.
Nessalus fell asleep. Yeah,
Just dropped to sleep right
perhaps just you dozed.
Well, she was daydreaming.
Yeah, and Brit's muted. Yeah. So it just as could happen to anyone on watch, especially when you think of all the movies where somebody's on watch and a bad thing happens. They close their eyes just for a moment. I was just resting my eyes. Well, you were just resting your eyes.
Fine.
Yeah. Jeyr, how do you want to react to
She
this?
was resting her eyes out of spite because
Out
I
of
told her to do it.
spite. Yes.
I will yell, "Everyone up!"
Everyone up. Who is a light sleeper? Who is not?
I am a light sleeper, but I don't have time to don my armor.
Oh,
Wobbly
here we go.
bits.
You actually do not because of her failure. You do not have time to ready your armor or weapons. Everybody will be caught unawares.
Aleyna
It
is
doesn't matter
sometimes
when
a
you're
heavy
up.
sleeper, but not with all that's on her mind today.
Yeah, okay.
She was half awake
Okay.
already.
Doesn't really matter
True.
when you're a monk with bark skin.
Oh, boy.
Oh, snap. Well,
Who's been
that's
doing his pull-ups.
Frederica is your bark skin.
That's true.
Yeah. So you have to help use her to help with your defense.
That's true. But I mean, my staff is right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Oh,
Your staff's
for
always
sure.
on the ready.
When I'm sleeping, my staff is it's
Yeah.
right there.
Your staff. All right, sorry.
Okay.
Someday my children might listen to this.
Jeyr, there are probably about 10 or so ghosts just walking around the campsite.
Could I do a spout lore to figure out if they have any weaknesses or anything, or if our usual weapons will hurt them at all?
Definitely. That sounds like spout lore to me. Now, there is a cleric thing for undead, by the way. On the front of the cleric sheet, there's one of their starting moves is turn undead. But that may be something you want to take a look at. It really only helps you.
Right, yeah, I just want to see if
Yeah.
they're going to be wasting their time or not.
Yeah.
I got a 4, so I don't
Yeah,
have
mark
any
some
idea.
experience. Mark an experience on that.
Not sure about these ones.
You are used to using magic against undead, and you don't know what else
Yeah, gotcha.
affects them.
Okay.
All right, others are starting to awaken. The ghosts themselves are they're walking through everything except the tents. It seems like they're walking through the wagon. Aleyna just has run out of her tent. She may have gone out to, use the restroom or
Make
something.
water.
Yeah.
She was going to meet Truk in his tent, but didn't have
And she's just standing
she
outside
wearing?
one of the tents, staring at the ghost, just now shivering.
So they have malice, but what do we see them doing? Are they attacking? Or are they?
They don't appear to be attacking, but they are, I don't know, a spout lore.
I mean, I guess I'm wondering.
Or actually, discern realities would work as well.
yeah, that'd be better. Are they coming?
It sounds
for
like you're
us, or
trying
are they
to
just
check out what's
passing
going
through
on.
the area? Is what I want to know.
Uh-huh. So let's start with a discern realities.
God dang, it's one of those days.
Are you marking another experience?
Yes, he is.
What is discern realities?
This
Intelligence.
was
Wisdom.
Yeah, I am in fact with a 6.
Okay, mark an experience.
Man, I might get to level up sometime.
As you're looking around at them, and maybe somebody else sees this as well, a ghost walks right up behind Truk, walks into his form, and he is stuck stiff as a rail.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
like a spirit walked into him and is now...
Possessed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of looks like the statue he was a few episodes
You're
ago.
petrified.
But not quite petrified.
I'll grab my holy symbol and start praying.
That's a good idea.
I
So that turn
see-
undead type
Yep.
of thing? All right, so let's do that roll. What do we got?
12.
On a 12, okay. So go ahead and read what on the 10 plus says.
On a 10 plus, you also momentarily daze intelligent undead and cause mindless undead to flee.
Okay. As you do that, the ghosts that are near to you flee away from you and the campfire towards the outskirts of the camp.
Okay.
Do I see that?
Yes.
So I'm going to walk towards Jeyr,
Yeah.
while at the same time trying to figure out if there's anything magical here that I can possibly do some dispel magic on. Right? Is that one of my things?
I am going to say, I can't remember if you get that automatically. Detect magic is a cantrip.
It's
I
a
think.
first level. spell.
But did you get it as a cantrip? I can't
Detect or
remember.
dispel?
I have detect magic.
Okay.
I don't have dispel magic.
If you want to cast detect magic, go ahead and roll to cast a spell.
Let's cast a spell.
Plus intelligence.
Ooh, that could be good.
What's the numbers?
I see an 8 on my dice,
All
plus
right.
3.
Oh, yeah,
Makes
that's
11.
That's 11. 11. So, what I will tell you is they are not magical.
Well, that was useless.
Well, I mean, that should be useless.
they're not
in that you can't
magical.
dispel them magically.
But our regular weapons should work against them.
Not necessarily.
Well, they're still spirits. Well, try it. See what happens.
I don't know that it's slashing
That's the easiest
through a
way to tell you.
spirit.
You'll
All
find
right.
out either way.
So,
If you want to spout that lore, that's a different roll.
so I know they're not magical.
You know for sure they are not a magical creature.
So then how do I figure out if our regular weapons will work against them?
Either use them, excuse me, or try and remember where you might know it from.
So can I just use my magic missile?
Oh, yeah.
So magic missile
Go for it.
against the ghost that's coming towards me.
Okay.
So wait, what are you rolling for?
She wants to hit one with a magic missile.
It doesn't work.
Uh-oh.
It's a 7.
Because it's... Where's my little... that's
Where
my
is
big
it?
Deal.
Magic
I have
missile
a 4
became
on
a
the
cantrip.
dice.
Plus
Yeah.
3.
Plus 3? 7?
Your intelligence.
It's always plus
Yeah.
intelligence?
Yeah.
Always
Whenever you
plus
cast a
intelligence.
spell, add intelligence.
So
Yeah.
7.
7. That's a success. Now, on your cast a spell move, which is the front of the wizard sheet, you have a 7 to 9 thing to choose from. It is the bottom sheet. Cast a spell.
There it is. All right. Getting it together here.
You got it.
So when you release a spell you've prepared, you roll. On a 7 to 9, the spell is cast, but I have to choose one. So I can either draw unwelcome attention, I can disrupt the fabric of reality,
Which is nice.
or I can either forget it. I'm going to just do unwelcome attention.
You like that one, don't you?
I do. Bring it
They
on.
all do, don't they?
Yeah. Any spellcaster loves that. This one is, go ahead and roll your damage. Oh,
Double force.
Nice. That's a ghetto crit. Yeah. The ghost that you hit with the magic missile just dissipates. And when that happens, there's a little shriek from that ghost, very similar to the ghost sound they make when they flee from Turn Undead. And the other ghosts turn to the source of this, and they are now marching slowly towards Nessalus.
Bring it on! Bag of bones.
Aleyna Brit reminded me, Aleyna could not be surprised. I'd like Aleyna to have a chance at acting next.
All right.
Why can she not be surprised?
She has a move. Go ahead, Brit.
Because the things that I have on my class is like a multi-class. There's multi-class dabbler and multi-class initiate.
Initiate. Multi-class
In the shit.
Yeah.
Multi-class in the shit.
I can't be surprised.
Yeah.
But the things that come in my mouth are so surprising.
Shit, yeah,
And one of the things that I have is the thief move.
Mood.
I'm going to stop talking.
Thief mood. No, you just started. Keep going.
Shoot first, which says you're never caught by surprise.
And those who remember,
That's
her
on
fighter had the alert
feature.
which meant
Yes.
she could never be surprised.
And I
we-
got +5 to initiative.
There you go. So Brit just reminded me of that, of her own initiative,
Yeah.
and we're going to give her a shot to go next.
Yeah. So because she was already sleeping pretty lightly and probably still had her weapon right near her.
You get to act first.
Yeah.
You could not be surprised. You're acting first, third.
Yeah, I'm going to act
fourth.
first, third.
Fourth.
Just do it.
Actually,
Just do it,
Clem is
babe.
the only one who hasn't done anything yet. But yeah, go.
Yeah, sure.
Go first.
Let's do it. I'm just going to attack whatever's closest to me and isn't part of my party.
So you're grabbing your sword, and
I'm
you're
gonna
going to
say
swing
sword.
it at one.
Yeah.
Okay. Hack and slash.
Yeah.
That's a basic move. It's
That's
the basic
on this
move sheet.
paper.
Yeah.
There's so many papers in front of me right now.
Now, I believe we did yours as... I can't remember if we did yours as dex or not. What was your dexterity or strength? What was the
Hack and
higher
slash is
number?
strength.
Strength is higher. All right, so we didn't change yours.
Okay.
So rogue plus strength.
I think it's either Kurt or Mickie that says this normally, but it goes like a month or so between the times we play, so bear with us as we read through our sheets again each time we get back together. And
She's got her arms in the air.
Let's say
Mickie
She's
remembered
waving
it's
them
an
like she
audio
just don't
podcast.
care.
7. That's a 7.
It's
A 7. Okay. Tell me what happens on a hack and slash with a 7 to 9 result.
On a 7 to 9, you deal your damage to the enemy, but the enemy makes an attack against you.
Ooh. Okay, what's your damage?
Counter strike.
6.
Say it like you mean it.
It's a 6.
That's what she said.
Is it a 6? It's a 4.
She rolled a d6.
Dose
Did you roll
X.
it underneath there?
It's in there.
It's in there.
It's in there.
It's a 6.
I can't reach it.
And
Oh no! Now you flipped it.
Do you want me
Roll
to
it
reroll
again.
it?
I'm gonna trust that it was a 6 because what happens is your sword goes through it without any effect, and your arm is stuck within the ghost itself, and you feel a deathly icy cold on your arm as you're unable to release it from within the center of the being.
You're stuck.
Damn.
All right.
And you take a d4 of and I'm going to say this, and I hate to say it, of damage that ignores armors because it's magical, but they're not magical.
But they're not magical.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, ignore
3
that.
points of damage.
He slimed me.
He slimed me.
You got slimed.
Slimer.
She's getting slapped.
So
Super slimed.
So she's stuck in a ghost. I just
Yeah,
blasted
Calamity.
one into oblivion.
I want
Calamity.
to.
Now, I think of the regular D&D terms. All of this happened in the last 6 seconds.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
you haven't been out of it for 20 minutes like
Well,
it feels like.
I saw the ghost enter the body of Truk,
Yes.
and I'm going to get some holy oil.
Holy oil.
Yes,
You just have it.
I do.
Near
It's
you?
because
Wait, are you
kerosene,
going to rub me with holy oil?
kerosene is worth its weight in gold in this world.
I'll give you a massage.
Oh, so you're
And-
just going to burn them.
No, I'm going to just take some kerosene
Yeah.
and wick it at Truk.
You're gonna flick
and
him.
use I am the law to tell the ghost to dispossess him.
Be gone.
We play some Anthrax.
I'll buy that. The other thing we did not do, JJ, that I want to do before we start the next
Start a
session
quest.
is a quest.
Yeah.
Yes, I forget that. So go ahead and use your I am the law move. You're giving an NPC an order based on your divine authority. In this case, divine or monetary authority,
Exactly.
however you want to put it. Go for it.
These dice, I tell you, that's a 12.
That's a 12. You need to share those dice. Everyone
got
needs
your
to
cheap
roll
dice
those.
out.
Yeah.
They're the dice Joe gave me the night we played All Nighter.
Ah, yeah, the Big Robot Games dice I made. Cool. All right, so on a 12,
So kerosene smacks Truk in the face,
Yeah.
and it burns the ghost from within.
what's going to happen is, in this case,
Say it, babe.
that one, that ghost itself is going to back away cautiously. And
The power of currency compels you.
the power of the almighty coin. The courteous.
He's
the
making it
courteous.
rain.
With gold coins, which hurt.
Truk, this is your opportunity to act as you feel the freezing leave you. It goes, so you felt it. The feeling was as if ice went from your back to your front,
Right.
and now it is going from the front to the back away from you.
Right. So
And that ghost has just left you.
none of the core party members appear to be in immediate danger.
Well, Aleyna's arm is
Me.
stuck in the middle of a ghost.
Yeah, but she's tough.
Like a ghost was just stuck in the middle of you.
All right, well, but they're good. They're going to take care of Aleyna.
Possibly.
I'm going to go check on the minions. I'm going to go protect the minions.
He's going to
Okay.
go check his elf.
So it's just, I like to
Check
protect the
your
weak.
elf.
So the
Check yourself before you wreck yourself, fool.
Wylena is still standing outside of one of the tents, whatever tent she had been sleeping in. She's standing outside of it right now, quivering in fear, bottom lip shivering, her lips have turned blue. She's just out of it.
What a wuss.
Other minions are okay?
The other minions are possibly still in their tents. They have not come out.
All right, well, if they're not...
If you want to go check their tents, you can.
Wylena's husband's name is Wyclef Gina.
Nice.
I love Wyclef. Yeah, I'll check on them to make sure that they're good. And then if everyone's fine, then I'll rush back and...
Well, you're going to check on them, as Jeyr does.
I'm going to rush over to Aleyna if I can.
Okay. And?
I'm still praying, see if I can get the ghost.
Okay, so you're going to do another turn undead attempt.
Yeah.
And this time, let's go ahead and read what it says. Because you said it and you did it, but as part of the podcast, I like to read out the moves sometimes when we do them.
Gotcha. When you hold your holy symbol aloft and call on your deity for protection, roll plus wisdom. On a 7+, so long as you continue to pray and brandish your holy symbol, no undead may come within reach of you. On a 10+, you also momentarily daze intelligent undead and cause mindless undead to flee. Aggression breaks the effects, and they are able to act as normal.
Okay. So in this case, the reason that this one was able to act as normal was because Aleyna attacked it,
Right.
and the others were fleeing from you, but this one is back to its normal self.
Gotcha.
So you are approaching it, and you're doing another turn undead.
Yeah, I rolled a 7, so...
Okay. So in this case, as you approach her, it backs away and pulls her arm along with it.
Okay.
So she is pulled with it. Aleyna, you are compelled to move along with the undead. Nestle, as you see this happening, as Jeyr approached, the undead stepped away from him and pulled Aleyna's arm along with it.
Where are you going, Jeyr? Get back here. She runs towards Jeyr again. And at the same time, so she sees Aleyna.
Yep. Aleyna's arm with the sword is kind of stuck there, and she's being pulled around by the ghost moving away from Jeyr.
Well, her blast, magic missile / Eldritch Blast worked before, so she's going to take aim at the head of the...
Eldritch Missile.
Eldritch Missile. She's going to Eldritch Missile the head of the ghost that Aleyna stuck to.
Go for it. Go cast that spell, girl.
Let's cast that spell.
Oh, yeah.
Casting it. Here we go. Woohoo! That would be a 5 + 3, normally an 8.
Yes, 5 + 3
normally.
is normally.
Normally?
We are in the garage today, though. So.
Is it still an 8 in the
Yeah,
garage?
It is. Yeah.
Okay. So she's going to cast a spell and, of course, draw some more unwelcome attention.
Okay. Now, maybe the cleric will hang around and they won't all kill you. You
That
never
is
know.
my hope.
Maybe. That's a plus.
That's why she's sticking to him like glue.
Okay, so roll your damage for the magic missile.
Damage. 3.
All right. As the magic missile hits it, this one also poofs away and squeals an unearthly squeal. And Aleyna, your arm has been freed. The other ghosts are now kind of walking in a perimeter now around the campsite.
Tell your friends.
They are not coming any closer.
Booba Gabba, one of us.
One of us. One of us. That was a freaky movie.
They appear to be like predators stalking prey kind of walk. They're all of their faces are looking towards the center of the camp as they're walking in a circle now around the campsite. But they are staying away from the cleric.
Oh, so what my character did during the Halloween episode.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Excuse me.
That was.
I want to ask
difficulties.
Jeyr if there's anything he can do
Excuse
to
me?
beef up the consecration.
Beef it, yeah.
You mean the sanctuary?
Yeah.
Sanctuary is mainly
So it's
detection
a warning,
spell.
Yeah, it's a warning system.
Yeah, you got it.
That's about it. They can come in no matter what.
Is there some way? Do I know of some way I can like anoint the area to?
That sounds more like a clerical thing. Maybe
Yeah.
he would know. Maybe you could ask him if he knows.
Do you know some way to anoint the area to make it ghost proof?
Yeah, can I use my divine guidance to figure out if my deity will grant a boon to me? Some information.
So let's do that. Go ahead and do a little, come up with a little prayer. Petition your deity.
Say a little prayer for you.
Just what would you ask?
Zanya, please give me the knowledge to help us.
Lasagna? Oh, no.
No,
Lasagna.
No, Zanya. Lasagna.
Is this the Church of the Flying
She's
Spaghetti
kind of
Monster?
pasty.
It's the Church of Garfield. Lasagna.
Flying spaghetti monster.
Yeah.
Yes.
Reaches
Yeah.
out its noodly appendage.
That's it now. Thank you. Of knowledge.
Please
Noodly
give- yeah.
appendage of knowledge.
Yeah. Please give me the knowledge to help my comrades.
Okay.
Noodle slab.
Useful knowledge
Your wobbly
related.
bits are already out, so
And now we're not going to worry about the domain piece because we're kind of with a temporary character right now.
Gotcha.
With a cleric, normally we pick the domain and all that. What we're going to do is just useful knowledge. You feel the noodly appendage of knowledge touch
Oh,
you
my brain.
and let you know that these spirits will stay away from flame. So it may have, I mentioned it briefly in passing earlier, it stays away from the fire and the
Gotcha.
cleric. If you were to build fires around the campsite, they would not enter.
You have any more of that oil? We could.
Yeah, I got plenty
Make
of
a line,
kerosene. I was
make a
going to do
fire
some
line.
trading up on the way, but
Yeah, we can make a line.
we need
Like a
to
circle.
you know what's
fire.
more important than that? Life.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
JJ.
Fire? Did someone say fire?
Fire! JJ, do you have adventuring gear listed on your character sheet?
Yes, I do.
You should have 5 of them. Mark off 1.
Nestless.
So can I write
I can't.
trading gear in here too?
Why are we wasting adventure gear?
Why are we wasting adventuring gear? Wait.
Yeah.
Somebody said fire?
But as a spell, you can start it. You need fuel to maintain it.
Right.
Can I light them on fire?
Let me stand.
Unless you're going to start a forest fire,
Light
because
'em
only you
up,
only you can prevent
Only I
it.
can prevent them, and I can start them too.
Yeah.
I'm on fire.
I'm on fire.
All right, adventuring gear marked.
All right. I know we don't do much with that normally, but that is specifically what it's there for. You pick out something you can use. You mark off a use of adventuring gear.
And kerosene's a very, very long burning fuel.
Not bad.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mickie doesn't get upset when I belch into the microphone.
Because you don't do it at fucking 50 decibels.
Excuse me.
I'm insulted. That was a really good burp, Mickie.
It was deep. It wasn't that loud. It was deep. It had
I'm just
tone.
speaking out for the
That thing came from
listeners.
my toes.
A little bit of gurgle.
It was almost ephemeral.
It was effeminate, yeah.
It was an effeminate
You said
burp.
ephemeral.
It came from her femur. What?
So yeah, I will use my. I mean, of course, I think this is holy oil.
Well, of course, yeah.
So
I mean,
I mean,
holy
it's-
as in
It's
it
very
brought you
valuable.
profit and it won't now?
And that is your religion.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you're making a sacrifice, literally.
I am.
Holy, roll it out on the perimeter.
Yeah.
So make a little torches,
Mm-hmm.
little get some stoneware, some of the stoneware, and fill it
Okay.
with
Yeah.
the kerosene.
You can make some braziers.
Basically, yeah.
Yes.
Fiery braziers.
Put 2
I'd
next
like
to
to
each other.
braziers.
all
I'd
the
like
way
to see
around.
Aleyna in a fiery brazier.
How are you going?
Focus, focus.
True. How are you going to comfort her?
How am I going to comfort her?
Wylena is
She looks like
still
she needs
freaked
some
out.
mouth to
That's
mouth.
true. That's true.
She is still freaked out. The other minions just stayed in their tents and weren't harmed. She stepped out, or she was out of her tent at the time the ghosts approached, and she is freaked out, dude. Like to the point where when you walk up to her, if you touch her, she flinches and squeals, and different from normal.
I'm going to tell her to get her bow and come with us.
Okay, so you're going to walk outside the fire.
Wait, I'm confused.
They're
I thought we
making
had-
fires to protect the campsite itself.
But she's in the campsite, right?
Yes, she is. But she's frightened. She's never seen a ghost.
Right.
She looks like she's seen a ghost. Probably the only person out of 10 people who actually looks like they've seen a ghost. Because, well, somebody has
So
to.
are you suggesting that I should just
No,
sit
I'm
and
saying,
talk
how do
with
you
her
handle
and
her? How do you handle
rub her
her?
shoulders and tell her it's going to be okay?
Is that what you want to do?
Well, no, I want to go kick some ghosts' butt.
Okay, so you want to go beat up ghosts. Or just keep them at bay, I guess, is what I'm asking. Nobody else seemed like they were going to fight them.
I mean, I would want to parlay with them.
Oh,
but
yeah?
I don't really have
You
any
want to
leverage
parlay
over
with
them.
ghosts?
Yeah, I mean, I always want to understand where they're coming from before I kill them.
Well,
Damn
let's
it,
do
True.
that. Let's do that. Go. You want to go talk to a ghost?
I
This
always,
is not the Sixth Sense.
You're
Go
a
for it.
strange monk.
Technically, right now, you see dead people.
That's true. All right, I want to find out what they want, but I don't feel like I have any leverage over them.
It's not parlay. It's just talking. You can just talk to them.
Okay, can I just talk to them?
Yeah. Yes. So do it, and let's see what happens.
Hey, Ghost Man.
Hey, Ghost Man.
Hey, Mr. Ghost.
Now, hold on.
What
this
did we do to you?
This is Truk. How would a monk approach a spirit from the afterlife? Because that's what they are.
Right. Yeah, I mean, he would, well...
Now, I never really described them, but just to give you an idea, as per my mention earlier, that there is a ghost for each person who has died. The ghosts appear as the people did when they died. So you have this ghost of maybe a barmaid, a ghost of a guy who was riding a horse that is still wearing his riding gear, and JJ's raising his hand.
Because he spent a week being silent.
Uh-oh.
Which means he used the move bolster.
Ah.
So now he's going to
would he
prepare to
be
talk.
He's preparing the whole time.
Wow. Let's read Bolster, since I don't know what it is.
I
When
think
you
Kurt,
spend-
there's still something with that mic. When you move, it ticks, I think.
Yeah.
But go ahead. You're good.
When you spend your leisure time in study, meditation, or hard practice, you gain preparation. If you prepare for a week or two, 1 preparation. If you prepare for a month or longer, 3. When your preparation pays off, spend 1 preparation for +1 to any roll. You can only spend 1 preparation per roll.
My answer is going to be, because JJ picked a move we haven't used, the answer is yes. You're going to add 1 when you have to roll.
Excellent. Well, the way I've been rolling, that'll be 4 +1.
But we're not
5.
we're not rolling yet.
Right.
Whatever it takes.
So I would...
So first off, pick a standard, regular old, everyday person look, and that's the ghost you're approaching. So pick something.
I'll go for the barmaid.
All right. So there's a woman who's actually carrying, some pewter tankards, just walking around, kind of lost.
Right. So I want to approach her in a non-threatening manner and ask her why they've come to find us, and if there's anything we can do to help them.
Okay. In the what you would expect as a ghostly whisper, the voice.
Because I expect ghosts every day.
Of course, right. The ghost voice comes back to you only in your head. You don't hear it out loud. Her lips don't move. But you hear, "We have been let loose to roam the land. We only wish to rest.
Let loose by whom?
We don't know."
And why were you attacking us?
The dead. What's that line from the Lord of the Rings? The dead do not suffer the living. The dead only want to be back to life. That's what she tells you. As we are normally we rest. We are not resting now. We need to feel again.
And normally I would ask the cleric if there's anything that we could do to put their spirits at rest.
But
the
The
cleric is
cleric went to go tinkle on a
preoccupied
tree.
checking the fires.
it's so much easier when we're right near the restroom.
The cleric is checking the fires.
Yeah.
So I'll ask Calamite if he knows any way that we might bring rest and peace to the spirits.
We need to stop whatever's rabble-rousing them.
Let's do a spout lore.
We need to raffle stomp.
Raffle
Whatever.
stomp.
Would I, as an ex-paladin, know anything about that?
Anybody knows anything as long as they're rolling for it.
Let me just...
I don't know it.
I'll
Shocking.
Are you
Progress.
marking an experience, JJ?
I am progressing 1 more toward the next level.
Okay.
As am I.
So can
All right, guys.
rolled
I
a
don't think I've
3.
done a spout lore yet. What am I doing?
-1.
All right. Now, here, one
Or
of the
2.
things we have to watch for with
I
the
am
bard.
cackling.
The bard has bardic lore that's specific.
Yeah.
So go ahead and read what it was that I circled there for Aleyna.
Grand histories of the known world.
Now, I'll tell you the reason I picked that was as a concept. When we were playing in the D&D side, it seemed to me that Aleyna, or Brit, was rolling more successfully on trying to figure things out than other people. So, like, what does this mean? The roll, you ended up getting higher roll. So you had more general knowledge of the world, so to speak. And that's why that's there. Now, as far as that specific thing goes, it says when you first... Go ahead, read it.
When you first encounter an important creature, location, or item, your call, covered by your bardic lore, you can ask the GM any one question about it. The GM will answer truthfully. The GM may then ask you what tale, song, or legend you heard that information in.
Okay. So if we consider that a ghost is, in essence, living history of the known world, then it's you could take your own leap onto what you think that might affect and how you would want to handle it.
All right.
So you have now seen ghosts.
The one question I would ask the GM is, how do we lay the ghosts to rest?
Okay. So the ghosts are laid to rest when the vessel that brought them to life is destroyed.
Okay.
Now, how do you know that?
Because of my time as a paladin.
Okay. And I will tell you then, as part of your time with the paladin, the vessel that brings them to life is a powerful wizard from an ancient empire.
Okay.
And you might want to write that because that might come back.
And bite you in the buttocks.
And buttock biting will commence.
So
You still
the danger has
ghosts?
passed. So Calamity
The-
will.
technically, the danger is now... The danger itself is past, yes.
So
The
wanna
ghost
heal
will not
Aleyna.
approach.
Gonna go back in the hammock and get some shut eye because
Yeah.
I had the last watch.
Okay.
Would you turn the fires off?
No, they'll burn
That's
through
what's
the
keeping
night.
everything in.
They'll burn through the night.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and ask Aleyna to sing to me in the hopes that it will take her out of her head and calm her.
Let's do a charisma roll, please. The danger being that she will continue to be frightened.
I haven't, on the dice, rolled over a 5 today.
Oh, so I'm
I just
guessing
rolled a
that's
4
failure.
plus 1 for
Yeah.
a 5. I'm going to level up just in like 2 hours today. That's awesome.
Okay, so Aleyna,
Yes.
which is how you started, but you're saying Aleyna now.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Aleyna.
Yeah.
'Cause she's
it sounded
Aleyna.
awful
Yes,
close to
sorry,
Aleyna
sorry,
the last time
Aleyna.
you said
Aleyna.
it.
Aleyna continues. She is now, essentially, she is stuck in shock. She's that person that you want to keep putting blankets over because she is cold and in shock, and
Can I just
she's
slap
shivering
her?
the whole time.
What?
Can I just slap her?
But
back
she
into-
will
Are you
lay
jealous?
in the back of the wagon as you guys continue on your journey. And
No,
what
you
we're
never
going,
get over your first flame.
No, you never get off over your first love. That's true.
we're going to say over the next couple of days, you get the wagon back on track. You get the whole caravan back on track, and you approach in
I
a
do
day and a half.
want to, before we approach the
Go
town,
ahead. Yep.
I do want to at some point pull Nessalus aside
Okay, let's do this now. Go ahead.
and say, Nessalus, you know how you often get my name wrong?
Yes,
What's my name?
Aleyna. What's
Oh,
my name,
right.
bitch?
What's my name? And who's
Do you
my
know
daddy?
how you usually call me Alyssa?
Alyssa. Yeah.
Keep doing that.
Why?
Just do it.
But I want to know why.
You'll find out.
And
I
that's
wanna
where
know
we're going to
now.
end this episode of Adventures from the Shed, or the special episode from the garage in the shed.
You need to call it Adventures from the Garage from now on.
I can't.
At
It
least
doesn't
it's-
sound.
at
It
least
doesn't
it is
phonetically.
couple
It doesn't
roll
have
off.
the-
Yeah.
Adventures from the Garage.
From the
Garage.
The gay rage.
From the Garage.
All right. So
What are you
anyway,
saying
we're
about me?
going to sign off this episode, and everyone will say.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
From the Garage. Penises.
After their encounter with the ghosts, the party seeks to discover more about them. Truk fails to console Aleyna, and we learn Aleyna has gone by different names in the past as the caravan gets back on track. Thanks for joining us. The preceding podcast was brought to you by One Joe Young. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com.